If you're a business owner, this one mistake could really cost you, and most don't even realize until it's way too late. And who can afford that? Not in this economy. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to avoid red flags in a marketing agency and how to choose the right agency for you. My name is Casey Patterson. I am the founder of First Bright Marketing. After 20 years working in this space and coming across quite a few clients that have been burned before, I've seen what works and what doesn't when it comes to hiring a marketing agency. Whether you have been burned before or trying not to be, this video is for you. Know your goals before you start searching. Don't start with, who should I hire? Start with, what do I need help with? And what does success look like? Look for agencies that specialize in those specific outcomes, whether it's lead generation, SEO, social media growth, and be open to hiring multiple agencies. You know the old saying, jack of all trades, master of none. I know it may seem really great to hire one agency, easier to manage, but when they can do, or they say they can do everything, unless it's a really large firm, I would question that. Now, hiring a small agency that specializes in one or two things and then another for the other, that marriage together can get you the success that you're really looking for. And I've seen this go bad for clients. They hire one agency, they say, oh yes, we can do everything. And then they realize a month in or maybe even less that some of those items that they said they would do, they haven't done. So be careful when they say yes to everything. Now, here are some questions to ask before you sign on that contract. How will you measure success? Have them clearly articulate what that looks like so you know you guys are aligned and on the same page. What's your experience like working with a business my size or working in my industry? That'll really give you an idea of what it's like to work with them and how much they know about your field or the industry that you're in. Can I speak with a past or current client? Now, this is a tricky one. References are always great, and looking at reviews, that's why I always recommend getting a recommendation. But if they're open and ready to send you to a past or current client, you know, they feel confident in their work and they know that their clients speak for themselves. Now, who will actually be working on my account? That's a good question, especially if you're looking at an agency that's very large. The person that you're talking to that maybe you vibe with and you like may not be the actual person who's working on your account. Here's a pro tip. When you're interviewing them in the process, ask them to walk you through a successful campaign. Now, let's stop. I have to know, have you worked with a marketing agency before? What was that experience like? Good, bad? Share them with me. I would love to know. Now, here are some major red flags to watch out for. Vague promises like, oh, we'll get you to the top of Google. We'll grow your followers by the thousands. Okay. Those types of things you can't really guarantee. Locked in long-term contract without a clear plan. And I would even say locked in long-term contracts, period. Because if you're locked into one strategy and you and the team realize that it's not working, will they be willing to move things around, to switch, to update, to maybe even pivot in order to make sure that your goals are being met? One size fits all packages. Now, it's really easy, especially, as business owners, here is a package, copy paste, but all businesses are different, especially when it comes to marketing. And what works for one business doesn't work for another, even in the same industry. So when an agency is flexible and is looking to customize a package to fit you, that's worth exploring. Overemphasis of followers, of likes, of shares instead of sales. Listen, likes have never got anybody paid. We want to talk about how do those likes and shares that they promise, how are they going to convert into sales, into customers? They don't have an answer for that. It's a big red flag. And this one, a price so low, it's good to be true. Spoiler alert. It is. Price does not equal performance. And even though you're getting a deal, I know marketing dollars are always the first thing to cut. This is not the area to skimp. So watch for a price that is just too good to be true. Know what you're really paying for. Is this a strategy only contract or is this an execution only contract? What will be your responsibility as the client in order to make the goals happen? Because some may think I'm giving it to you instead and lay back, but no, it's a partnership. Both sides have responsibilities to meet that come together to help you reach your goals. Are you getting dedicated support or are you getting a rotating team? That goes back to understanding who are you actually going to be working with on a regular basis. and who's going to be working on your account. What will the communication be like? Can I text you? Can I call you? Is it email? Is it Slack? Understanding what that is really sets the expectation, and you can consider how you like to be communicated and if that is a style that works for you, or they can customize to what works best for you guys as a team. So important. Trust and fit are so much more important than the price. This is a big one. Your gut will tell you everything. Cheapest isn't always best. I know it's really exciting. Oh, a really low price per month, and you get all of these services. Take a step back, really investigate what you're getting, but the most expensive isn't always the best. So these are both indicators that you kind of have to put to the side as a sec. I know the budget is what the budget is, but you kind of have to put price aside and understand what you're getting, who you're working with. Does that meet your needs? And then you can bring in price as a second factor to make your decision. Make sure the agency fully understands your voice, your values, and who you are as a business. And this is so important. If they don't understand what you're trying to do, what you're selling, who you're going after, they're just going to be posting, or they're just going to be throwing things into the wind without really connecting. And that is what's going to get you sales. Understanding who you are and your vision so they can execute the way you know it needs to be done. You should feel supported, not intimidated, and especially not confused. Your agency really is your cheerleader, cheering you on, helping you through, pushing your name out there. And if you don't feel like that, run. Now listen to your gut. When you're interviewing the company, do you feel like they get you? Do you like talking to this person? Do they have great ideas? Do they listen to you? Are they just trying to sell you? These are all cues that you have to be the one to really say, is this right or is this not? But those are really important things because this is a relationship that you're building, right? A partnership. And you want to make sure that you're heard, understood, and listened to so that it can be a successful one. All right. And that is it. Go forth. Pick the right agency. But if you are a small business owner with a purpose-driven business and looking for an agency that understands and executes, click the link below. Let's schedule a free call. I'd love to learn more about your goals and your vision and how First Bright Marketing can be of support. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.